everybody. My name is Megan Brown and I am Girl About's social media manager. And I am here today to interview Caroline Towers, who is our Girl About Bradford, all about her brand Dreamers Who Travel as part of the brands that we love here at Girl About. So, hi Caroline.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's a very strange interview this because we're still in lockdown. Hopefully when all of this is over, we'll be able to actually go and meet other people and interview like this. So we decided to do a Zoom chat and record it over Zoom. So Caroline, for all the people watching who don't know who you are, would you be able to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Caroline, and as you say, as well as being the Girl About Bradford, I run a brand called Dreamers Who Travel, and alongside that I also have two other companies. So I don't have a lot of spare time. I'd really run my businesses. That's, I suppose, the thing that I do. I live in Bradford with my boyfriend. We love to travel. That's one of our sort of things. We save our money to travel each year, and that's it really. That's what I do, I suppose, in a nutshell.
Brilliant. Well, for all those viewers, it's nice to meet you, Caroline. So we're here to talk to you today about your brand Dreamers Who Travel. So for the people that don't know what Dreamers Who Travel is, can you give us a little bit of a brief description on what you do?
Yeah, sure. So we are an online travel-inspired boutique. So we sell items like T-shirts, like what I've got on, a few of the items behind me, like wall prints, mugs, aluminium bottles, sweatshirts, and everything. The designs are all inspired just by a love of travel. So whether it's a place that people like, so this one is like an island, it says island on it. We have places like, Hawaii, London, or just that general thing of wanting to live in wanderlust and having something, say, like on your wall, or just to wear an item even if you're not traveling. So a lot of the time we might go on holiday, but we're only there for like a week, but it's kind of like being able to say, oh, I love this place, or I love to travel. And I feel like a lot of us who like travel, we kind of like to talk about it and show off a little bit, so it gives people that opportunity to bring a little bit of joy into the home or into their life through that love of travel.
I guess I don't know, have you ever had like a conversation starter as well from like wearing something and someone's mentioned, oh, did you go to this place?
Yeah, exactly, and that's it. And we all like to share our stories about where we've been, so absolutely it's a really good way to start a conversation. Or if you've never been, say no, but it's kind of like a bucket list. So I've bought something just to remind me that that's where I want to go at some point.
That's good. Do you, off the top of your head, do you know how many destinations that you've actually got?
We've got about 12 to 15, I think, at the moment, and then we're always sort of looking for more, see what people are, what they're wanting as well, what our customers are looking for. When we first started it out, it was more like either places that I love, like we've got Las Vegas, that's somewhere that I love, but also then places that I want to go, like Thailand, I've never been, but so it's like was trying to do a mix. I didn't want it to be just my places.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. How long have you done the business for, by the way? When did you start it?
I started it in September. We officially launched the online shop. Before that, I'd started like an Instagram account, and I didn't really, I knew for a while I wanted to do something travel related, but I wasn't sure what, so I sort of started this Instagram account, sort of kept posting, then stopped, then started again, and kept going back and forth. But then last year was a bit of a rubbish year in a personal sense, so because I've already got the business experience, like say with my other businesses, I thought, why not put that to use, and sort of like, why not just give it a go and see what happens. So quickly sort of put the shop together, and then launched it in September, which was great and had a good start. And then obviously into the new year, all things are usually slowed down anyway, and then I went on holiday, and then we've come back to lockdown, so it's been a strange few months, but that's really, and then looking forward for this year of, like, say, what we can achieve with either new products and find, get our name out there so that people know about us if they like to travel.
I know, and hopefully everyone by the end of this will be desperate to travel and have all things travel related in mind.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed. And did you, where did you get the inspiration for this sort of brand, or did it just come to you, or is there other brands that you really like that inspired you?
I think it was just a general like love of travel, and I always liked. Previously, I had like a lifestyle blog, and I always loved the travel element, like writing my little travel diaries of where I'd been. And I've always travelled. Like I was really fortunate when I was younger. Like, I think I went on my first holiday when I was like 6 months old, and travelled loads as a child. Like we, went on multiple holidays. That's kind of what we did. And then as an adult, I've continued that passion, although it's very different when you have to start paying for yourself when you realise actually what is entailed in travel. But so I think I've always had that sort of like little travel bug inside me, and it was just that I wanted to express that, I suppose, through a business. And there's lots of places in the world to go, and so it was kind of like a way of just expressing that passion.
I like that as well. And I sort of was reading on your website as well about how you're quite ethical with your products, and you've got like zero plastic. Is that right? And
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, everything is zero plastic. So like the aluminium bottles, which are like these ones, like these, it was, I think a lot of it is not like purposeful. It's just sort of what natural to me was like, why don't we create these bottles? Why don't we make sure that all the packaging has no plastic on it? Everything that we source, so like the way everything's printed is quite environmentally friendly as much as it can be, and like where the t-shirts are made and all that kind of stuff. Like it's just something that I think is natural to me. It wasn't like I need to build a brand that has ethical qualities, but it just came natural that I wouldn't want to align myself with like a printer who doesn't follow that, if that makes sense. And these actually, the aluminium bottles were a lifesaver on holiday. I just thought it'd be good for like more, I was thinking after the gym and things, but when we went to Barbados a couple of weeks, well, about 6 weeks ago, because it was so hot, they kept the drinks cold. So a nice little tip, if you ever get to go somewhere hot, get an aluminium bottle.
For you as well.
Stay hydrated.
And another question for you. So you've obviously travelled a lot. Is there one destination in particular? I know you've mentioned Las Vegas and Barbados. Is there one destination in particular that inspires you, or that is your favourite, or one that just you love?
Oh, it's so hard. There's a lot of places that I love, but probably those two, but they're very different. So I always find if I do more like a beachy, relaxing holiday like Barbados is nice, because I feel like then you come away ready to sort of go, and gives you lots of inspiration, just like sort of shutting your brain down for like a week or two. I really like that. But then at the same time, I really like the hectic holidays of like we did like a USA road trip, like the West Coast, kind of Arizona up to Vegas, down to California and things like that. So I really like that as well, because I think that that's so nice. It's a way of getting to see lots of things and creating those memories. So I don't know, definitely the places I've visited most are Barbados and Vegas, so I suppose I must like them because I keep going back.
So they seem so different as well. I've not been to Insta. I'm so jealous sat here right now, just stuck in my house thinking of all the places that I want to go to. And you've already sort of touched on this, but you've mentioned how important memory making is to you, and how obviously you've linked that back to the brand, because travel is, I guess it's in your blood, and it's in our blood as well at Girl About Travel, and we just are obsessed with travel basically. And how do you see maybe the company moving forward based on more like memory making? Are you going to just come up with more destinations? Are you going to come up with more products? Where's it going?
Yes to it all. We're about to launch our blog element, and interestingly it's made me like look through a lot of my old blogs to kind of get some inspiration. And also you did the Girl About Travel challenge on Instagram recently, and that was amazing to like actually, because you couldn't go out, it was during lockdown, you couldn't go out and take photos. I like got some of my old pictures that were like on when you had a proper camera that needed to develop, and it was like so nice to go through all those and have those memories and it bring back. So I think there's definitely an element of personally for me, like I love to just be able to look back over holidays and see, because it's like it might only be for people like 1 or 2 weeks out of the whole year and out of their life that they travel to that destination. So it's really important to like capture those moments, and I'm annoyed sometimes that I didn't take as many photos. So I feel like somehow that would be a really nice element to have into the brand. And definitely much more products, and really listening to our customers, so seeing what is popular for them, what they're asking for. If there's certain places that they want us to add to our product line, then we definitely will do that. I think it's still early days, so it's almost like we're just trying stuff out, seeing what works, seeing what people like, and seeing what I enjoy to put out there as well. So it's a bit of a mixture of all that, but definitely really helping people to capture those memories or those dreams, like that they've not been to somewhere but they really want to go. So sort of like that constant state of wanderlust, and always like searching for the next place to go, even if you can't do it right now. It's still, there's no harm in looking at pictures and looking at reading blog posts and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we can incorporate that and help to inspire people to keep dreaming.
You're inspiring me just by talking. I'm literally, I've got on holiday in my head. I did have a question for you as well. Oh yeah, I have one. What is your like most sold product at the minute? I know it's still like it's a startup and it's probably come like a really tricky time with lockdown, but is there one product that sells best that seems to be a favorite?
Yeah, there's actually, I did hang one up because I was like, I could put it behind, but I thought that was a bit cheesy.
Okay.
But this is like, if I'd had it there, it's like, no, but this one is like, I think the colour, and it's got like part of our passport stamp range, which is like, says departure on it. So like that one's been really well sold. And also we have one that's a similar style, the passport, but London, that seems to be really popular at the moment. I guess sweatshirts, because it's not quite like over the winter. People we're definitely wanting to be cozy, and that stay-at-home life as well that we're living, that people just want that comfy sweatshirts. But those are definitely the two most popular at the moment.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah,
that looks really nice. Looks really soft as well. Really soft.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. When I went on holiday, I wore that as like my airport outfit, and it was nice and comfy.
That's great. And I guess I'll just end by saying, because obviously, like you said, you are quite like a female entrepreneur, really, with all the businesses that you've got. And just in case there are any women or guys watching this that would be interested in starting their own business, have you got any tips?
Yes, I would say just do it. Just go for it. Like, the worst thing that could happen is it doesn't work out, but you won't regret like trying. For me, like, I started my first business about 9 years ago now, kind of like not intentionally, but it's the best thing I've ever done, even though there's been like really challenges. You know, sometimes, especially at the beginning, it can be a little bit more financially challenging. It's hard to get yourself out there, but actually it's much more, for me, it's been much more rewarding. So I think if anyone's got an idea or they just really feel like doing it, and I also think you can't have too many streams of income. So, and I feel like right now has kind of proved that to us, that you just never know what's around the corner. Even if you're in a really secure job, it's quite nice if your phone's dinging and you've made a sale, or you've been able to help somebody in another way. So I feel like we all can offer something, whether it's a service because someone's got the information, or they've got an idea for a product, or just sort of like a theme. But definitely go for it. It's not for everybody, and I feel like sometimes it can be like, oh, you've got to start your own business. It's definitely a challenge, but if you've got that little inkling, then I would say make a start and just start moving towards it and see what happens.
Oh, well, thank you. Honestly, this has been really great. And I mean, I have like always little businessy ideas, and you have inspired me a bit there to maybe crack on with them. But massively, you just inspired me to want to travel, and I just cannot wait, and I'm sure you can't wait for lockdown to be over and for us to be able to jet off somewhere. Have you got any plans? Have you got any travel plans coming up?
No, I was kind of fortunate that I didn't have anything else sort of planned, but I definitely had quite a few ideas. One was Vegas,
All right.
and one was somewhere like South Africa or something that I've never been. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens to whether we get to go, or maybe even just somewhere more local. Right now, I'll just do anything to get out of the house. I'll go anywhere right now.
I know, I'm really tempted to look at our at the girls' 48 hours and start doing that across the UK. I thought,
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that. I liked your 40 hours as well for Bradford, by the way. It was really
good. Yeah, come to Bradford, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much, Caroline, for talking with me today and spending some time with me during this lockdown period and telling me all about your brand. Thank you, and for the first ever interview, and hopefully the next
thank you.
Maybe won't be virtual.
Yeah, we can always do a real life one next time. But yeah, thank you for having me. It's been an honour to be your first guest as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Right, bye.
Bye.